Dear friends, warm welcome to you all to the channel World of Zoology. Today we'll discuss the lecture series on biodiversity, and in that biodiversity conservation efforts at international and national level. We'll consider same in our today's lecture. First of all, recent issues on biodiversity, that is the part which is revision of our last lecture, and that will provide information regarding the uh, need of the biodiversity conservation. Will summarize our previous lecture in short. Recent issues on biodiversity: some 75% of the genetic diversity of crop plants been lost in past century. Some scientists estimated that as many as 3 species per hour are going to extinct, and 20,000 extinctions occur each year. Roughly one-third of the world's coral reef systems have been destroyed or highly degraded. About 24% of the mammals, 12% of the birds, that is avian species, are currently considered to be globally threatened. More than 50% of the world's wetlands have been drained, and populations of inland waters and wetland species have declined by 50% between 1970s to 1999. And therefore, it is essential to conserve biodiversity, for which inventories, then protection of the species, habitat, ecosystem is essential, for which two strategies are used. One, that is in situ conservation, that is conservation at the particular site or habitat or in the ecosystem, and second one, that is ex situ, that is outside the ecosystem or the habitat or ecosystem. The conservation of the particular species is carried out through various ways, and some of which are shown here in this picture. One, that is by forming zoo, then national park, or the gene bank, seed bank. These are various ways by or cryopreservation through which we can conserve biodiversity to maximum extent. Conservation of biodiversity occurs through various steps such as restoration of biodiversity, imparting environmental education to the students and society, then enacting, strengthening and enforcing environmental legislation through population control, reviewing the agriculture practice, controlling urbanization, and conservation through biotechnology. These are the various ways, and we'll consider the tree diagram showing biodiversity conservation by two ways, that is one in situ conservation and another is the ex situ conservation strategy. Through various ways, by sacred groves, then biosphere reserve, national park, through wildlife sanctuary, and in case of the ex situ conservation, the sacred plant home garden, then seed bank, gene bank, cryopreservation, that is preservation at low temperature, then through the botanical garden, zoological garden, aquaria, etc. Now we'll see or discuss the today's chapter, that is efforts of the international organizations, and then the action plans at the national level for conservation of the biodiversity. The first point, that is regarding the Convention on Biological Diversity. In the ecological, genetic, social, economic and scientific educational culture cultural, recreational, aesthetic sense, the world's biological diversity is very much important. It is essential for naturally derived evolutionary process and also for maintaining the life-sustaining systems of the biosphere. The conservation and sustainable use of biological diversity are of critical importance to meet the food, health, and other needs of the growing world population. However, various human activities have reduced biological activity at an alarming rate. Therefore, it has become necessary to conserve biological and to make the sustainable use of its component in a fair and equitable way. Sustainable use means use in a way and at a rate that does not lead to long-term decline of the biological diversity. What we term it as Shaswat in Marathi. This will maintain its potential to meet the needs and aspiration of present and future generation. The use include those of genetic material which is any plant or the genetic material of the animal, microorganisms and other material containing functional units of the hereditary. It also needs to conserve ecosystem, which are grouping of living and non-living material that acts as an unit. As you know, that ecosystem shows the interaction between the living and non-living, that is biotic and abiotic component, and that serves as a unit. Hence, the Conservation on Biological Diversity is an international agreement for the conservation of biodiversity and sustainable use of the components of the biodiversity and equitable sharing of the benefits derived from the use of the genetic resources. Various countries in the world have their rights over their biological resources. However, they should take care of sustainable utilization of these bioresources and should also care for their conservation. In the light of these facts, the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development was held between 3rd to 14 June 1992 at Rio de Janeiro, which is the second largest city in the Brazil. The conference was extraordinary and famous under the name the Earth Summit. To discussion environment and sustainable development, or for the discussion of the environment and sustainable development, 150 government leaders, more than 172,108 heads of the states or government around the world, then some 2,400 representatives of NGO and 17,000 people participated in the convention. Through the convention, the United Nations sought to help governments rethink economic development and to find ways to stop destruction of irreplaceable natural resources and pollution of the planet. The message of the Earth Summit was nothing less than a transformation of our attitudes and behavior would bring about necessary changes. This message was rapidly transmitted by almost 10,000 on site journalists and heard by the millions of people around the world. The message reflected the complex problem of both poverty and excessive consumption by affluent population causing damaging causing damage stress on the environment. The following agenda is mandatory for the nations that sign the convention. These nations shall identify components of biological diversity which are important for conservation and sustainable use, and monitor activities which may have adverse impact to this diversity. Develop national strategies, plans or programs for conservation and sustainable use of biological diversity. Make conservation and sustainable use of biological diversity part of planning and policy making. Use the media and educational programs to help people to understand the importance of biodiversity and need for measures to conserve that particular biodiversity. Establish laws to protect threatened species, develop systems of protected areas to conserve biological diversity and promote environmentally sound development around these areas. Rehabilitate and restore degraded ecosystems and promote the recovery of threatened species, helping local people to develop and carry out these remedial plans. Establish means to control the risk from organisms modified by the biotechnology. Use environmental impact assessment (EIA) with public participation on projects that threaten biological diversity or biodiversity in order to avoid or minimize the damage. Prevent the introduction of and control or eradicate the alien species which threaten ecosystems, habitat or species. The Convention on Biological Diversity, that is CBD in short, opened for signature at Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro in 1992 and brought into force in the December 1993. With 194 parties signing up till now, the convention has near universal participation. The convention looked to address all threats to biodiversity and ecosystem services. It includes threats from climate change through scientific assessment. Further, it focuses on development of tools, incentives and processes, the transfer of technologies and good practices. It requires complete and active involvement of relevant stakeholders including indigenous people, local community, youth, NGOs, women and business community. Various international organizations like IUCN, that is International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. Second one, UNEP, that is United Nations Environment Program. WCMC, World Conservation Monitoring Center and others have framed various principles and objectives for the betterment of the nature for biodiversity conservation. Some of these principles are respect and care for community of life, conservation of earth validity and diversity, minimization of depletion of non-renewable resources remaining within Earth's carrying capacity, providing a national framework for integrating development and conservation, and forging a global alliance. They have also formulated various strategies, programs for systematic implementation in various countries with financial and technical assistance. Some of the international organizations and their details are given below. IUCN. This organization was established in 1948. Since then, it is working in the field of nature conservation and sustainable use of natural resources. It is involved in data gathering and analysis, research, field projects, advocacy, lobbying, and education. The organization compiles and publishes the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species, which evaluates the conservation status of the species worldwide. It pays attention on restoration of critically endangered species and also in implementation of several international conventions on nature conservation and biodiversity. The organization has a membership of more than 1,200 government and non-government organizations with more than 11,000 scientists and experts. IUCN was involved in establishing WWF, that is World Wide Fund for Nature, and WCMC, that is World Conservation Monitoring Center. At the national level, IUCN helps government in farming the national biodiversity policy, framing national biodiversity policies, but at international level provides advice to environmental conventions on biological diversity, that is biodiversity, framework convention on climate change. It advises UNESCO on natural world heritage. On national level, IUCN help government prepare national biodiversity policies. International IUCN provide advice to environmental conventions such as Convention on Biological Diversity, CITES, and Framework Convention on Climate Change. It advises UNESCO on natural world heritage. Then the third one, that is UNEP. It was founded by um, Maurice Strong in June 1972. It is an agency of United Nations and therefore coordinates its activity and helps developing countries in implementation of environmentally sound policies and practices. It covers several issues including atmosphere, marine and land ecosystems, environmental governance and green economy, and also played vital role in developing international environmental convention. UNEP frequently publishes many reports and newsletters and works on activities like climate change, disaster and conflict, ecosystem management, environmental governance, harmful substances, and resource efficiency. UNEP intentionally celebrates specific program every year and works honestly. The year 2007 was internationally declared as the Year of the Dolphin. Similarly, year 2010 was declared as the Year of Biodiversity. In 2011, Year of Forest. In 2012, Year of Sustainable Energy for All. 2013 was declared and celebrated as the Year of Water Cooperation. Now, UNEP has sponsored the development of solar loan programs. In India, 1 lakh people are being financially assisted under the solar power system program. Due to global warming, glaciers are shrinking and many clouds are disappearing. Hence, UNEP is working on the health of the 30 major glaciers of the world. WCMC, the World Conservation Monitoring Center, is an executive agency of United Nations Environmental Program. As a part of UNEP, it shoulders and the responsibility of the biodiversity assessment and also supports policy development and implementation. UNEP WCMC has supported international conventions such as Convention on Biological Diversity and Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of World Fauna and Flora, that is CITES. It also managed the World Database of Protected Areas in collaboration with IUCN World Commission on Protected Areas. National Biodiversity Action Plan, that is NBAP. It is a program identified at international level for resolving problems related to threatened species and their habitats. The idea of this plan lies with Rio Earth Summit of 1992. It is designed to protect and store biological systems across the world. So far, 194 countries have endorsed the Convention on Biological Diversity, but only a framing of these have developed substantive document on Biological Action Plan, that is BAP. The BAP has following objectives. 1. To prepare record of biological information on selected species or habitats. Second, to access the conservation status of species within specified ecosystems. To create targets for conservation and restoration. To set up budget, timeliness, and institutional partnerships for implementation of BAP. In the light of CBD guidelines, India enacted the Biological Diversity Act in 2001. Section 36 of this Act empowers the central government to develop national strategies, plans, or programs for conservation and sustainable use of biodiversity, and to integrate biodiversity concern into relevant sectors. In the year 1999, as per directives of the CBD, in our country, a national policy and macro-level action strategy on biodiversity was developed and approved. This plan, under the name National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan, that is NBSAP, was implemented during 2000 to 2004 in India. Under NBSAP, 33 state level, 10 eco-region level, 18 local level, and 13 thematic action plans were proposed. On the basis of these proposed plans, a final technical report was prepared. This report was accepted by central government, and the National Environment Policy, that is NEP, come into existence in 2006. National Biodiversity Action Plan was prepared and implemented by using final technical report of the NBSAP. As per the NBAP, human being is a focal point for sustainable development. It emphasizes on healthy human life in harmony with nature. And with this, we have finished biodiversity conservation efforts in our today's topic on biodiversity conservation, and we'll consider the next point, that is Introduction to Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972 in our next lecture. Thank you for watching this video. Do like if you like the video, and share for the benefit of the maximum students. Subscribe the channel World of Zoology for getting information of my next lecture.